Alright guys, so you asked, I will definitely take up the challenge of trying to figure out a POG patch. So these are a couple things that I do to try to get my mindset and get me pointed in the right direction for an effects or a patch, yeah? So let's get to it. Alright, so when I'm trying to figure out a certain sound, um, for example like a POG sound, I usually try to do my research. If I'm not familiar with the pedal, I will do like a review, get an idea, see what the manufacturer's presets are, and kind of go from there. So after I do that, I'll try to figure out a sound that I can mimic. Usually, artists is what I go with. So I'll do research and say, okay, who uses this effect in one of their songs? Kind of like Peter Frampton with the talk box, yeah. Uh, so I figured out that World Blood, with one of their popular songs, "Figure It Out," uses this POG setting throughout the entire thing. It's kind of one of his fundamentals and his sounds. So what I do from there is go, okay, I want to copy this artist and I want to copy this tone. What is he using? So the next thing I go is I'll do research and figure out what is his setup. So I go to amplifiers. I see that he's kind of using a twin speaker, if not a double um, type of stack like this one. But mainly it's Fender. Easy enough. Bass tubes, pretty cool. So next, look at the effects. So definitely know he's using a POG, so I need to mimic that one the most. Using a chromatic tuner, that's kind of the giveaway. Line selector giveaway. Fuzz, so fuzz needs to be in there in his Fender amp. Using a big muff and noise suppressor, so our gate. So not overly too crazy for what I'm copying, especially a reverb pedal. So everything that he has, we can mimic and easily set up in a one full patch. So then I'll go to his guitars. Using acoustic for one song, he doesn't have all the guitars on this website. So fairly easy. I know kind of where I'm going in this direction. So next is I'll look up the song, and now I need to build a patch that mimics close to the tone of the song, and then once I get the distortion to the way I like it, I will start messing with the POG. So let's do that next. Alright guys, so I'm going to try to do a lot of chopping videos here, so I'm not taking up a million gigabytes trying to show how I'm going through all of this. But let's just start with a blank tone and go from there. So there is absolutely nothing in this setup, so we know we're going to do an amp. So we're going to click on amps. Alright, so what's cool about this is that they can't use the exact manufacturer's naming, but you can pretty much make out to almost exact of what these are going to be. So we're going to sort through this. We can go clean. We know we want to go a little bit American for the Fender. And I know that one of the amps he had was a Fender double, and he also had a Fender single and the Tweed Man. So it's really a matter of just trying to pick the right one. If it doesn't work, you know, switch around. You can see he had a couple of the single heads. So what we're going to do is I kind of like the blackface amps, so we're gonna go with just the standard one, HD model, done. And we're gonna go to cabs. I know I'm gonna like my early reflections starting at about 25. And mics, this one can make or break an amp. It's a hit or miss. I usually stay at 57 straight, or I'll go all the way over to 421. Right. So we're in the realm. We're in the realm of starting. We know we're going to have a fuzz, so I'm going to move this guy after that. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make this a fuzz pedal. We know he uses a fuzz, so let's use a fuzz. All right, we're going to use that one as a standard. I'm just letting everything, I'm loading everything as I see it. Module, right? Let's see. This one is going to be a kind of a freebie. Let's leave this to last. This could change. And let's make You know what? Let's change the mod. Let's go to synths. And we are going to do a, let's look what we got. Synth FX. Let's go with Smart Harmony, since that's pretty much what a POG is. Right? And we're going to mess with this guy. And our delay, I normally like, this will work for now. Okay, reverb. Let's go back to the settings. He was using a reverb pedal Flint tremolo, yeah? So let's go back. And everyone has their own kind of pick of what you like. HDs are usually the best. So let's go with the tremolo. So let's do 63 spring. Alright, so this is my general setup. I kind of just pick and choose what I think will work at the time. And from there, I start sculpting as I'm playing. And give me a minute or two, we'll start messing around, and I'll jump back on with what I got close to. Alright guys, so I got my gear set up, my guitar tuned up. So now I'm just messing around, right? I know I got two different fuzz on the guitar chain I can choose from. The synth, I kind of normally start with harmonic and unison. I usually like the way the unison is. I start with key of E usually. The compressor's kicked on. I got the fuzz set up and everything, and I leave the delay off until later. And so what I do is, listen to the song, and then I'll play what I have right now, and then work to shaping the tone. So it's not as bright as what I'm hearing. Maybe it's the cab, maybe it's the mic. I might switch up the fuzz, but I'm close. I know I got the right amp at least. Now it's a matter of getting the distortion and the POG synth set. So I'm going to work on that and be right back. Alright, so just kind of messing around and kind of jumping in as I go and change things, what I hear. So like I said, the unison is usually pretty close on the POG. I switched it to the whole tone. Playing around with key of C to key of E, and then just to have fun, I wanted to see what the fuzz HD was different from the fuzz Pi HD, and it's huge. So really fuzzy. It's really staticky in the high mid range, high treb range. So definitely not the sound I had. Went way far away from what I had before. So I'm gonna go back. Go back to my facial fuzz, right? Bring the drive down a little bit, bring the mids because it's pretty trebly, and try again. So I'm getting there, right? And then I'm constantly using the reference of the music to get close to it. So I'm going to keep trying and get back. Alright guys, so I want to show you something about the guitar chain and why you don't always want to follow the rules. I'm just playing around with this. So originally, let me go back and I'll show you why I changed things the way I did. Alright, so originally I had the Smart Harmony right after the stomp, okay? And as you guys know, the stomp is pretty cool, or sorry, the Smart Harmony. And the thing is, if you're trying to create a POG, the POG will have a sub-octave and an octave up, right? So it's going up and down at the same time. Well, this guy will only go down or up in a scale, okay? So normally, like if you're doing a natural minor, what you're hearing on the song is this. But there's so much high, there's nothing bringing it down. So this doesn't quite work. So what you do is you go to the other synth, and what you're hearing is this enormous amount of feedback. And the wave changing, you can hear the wave changing, and you're going, okay, well maybe I could do a gate, right? So the gate's not working. The reason being is this synth is right after this huge fuzz. So you do is you move it before, bam, it's gone. And now it's a matter of just messing with the wave. So and if you can try with the wave 6, too fluttery, wave 4, not as pronounced. So if you go to wave 5, pull it down to about 40 mix, and then have to pull back the delay, push the threshold, and now what I've done is the synth is before it, so the POG is coming into the amp. The amp is a standard American cab. I have the drive pulled back a little bit. Really had to push the EQ on this. Want to turn the compressor on just to kind of limit it, and what I'll probably do is pull back the gain. And the gain's, I can hear that sound drop a bit. The EQ, normal on the EQ when it pops up, it's turned off. I pulled it on just to push the mids and the high frequencies, and that way when it goes into the facial fuzz, I really pushed again. I'm really driving that fuzz in the gain. So the one trick I did here is on the volume pedal, because I only have one, I turned it off, and what I did is I selected drive. I held it down and it pops up the window, and I wanted this to be controlled by the foot pedal. So when I'm in the intro of the song, it's pulled back. When I go into the chorus, I push it forward and it goes max out, and then I can control the drive on the entire guitar. The delay, just to add a little bit of a spring sound to it. Stereo delay, offset the mix when it's a reverb. Want to push in the tone, push the mix in a bit, a little bit of a pre-delay, and it sounds pretty kick-ass. So this is how I kind of work the sound, trying different effects. I know what kind of models I have, and really it's just a matter of moving things around to kind of prevent the gain in certain areas, and really just have some fun with the song. So let's hear what we have now with the rhythm section. Oh, sorry, wrong video. That's the music. Here we go.
Nothing here to see, just a killer. Try to piss and see, try to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm stuck on her, trying to figure it out. Getting hard to see, but it's not true. Something's killing me, trying to figure it out.
And of course, you know, you can mess with it, bring down some of the drive. So I kind of really push the drive on this. I can pull it back some more, move my pedal settings a little back. And this is, of course, will be preset when you push it. And I can pull the drive back on the amp a bit. And let's see if we can match up the tone again. Alright, so now that I can hear the distortions pulled back, I can really hear that synth pushing too hard. So I'm going to pull that synth back to about 30, and let's try it again.
Nothing here to see, just a killer. Try to piss and see, try to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm stuck on her, trying to figure it out. Getting hard to see, but it's not true. Something's killing me, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm stuck on her, trying to figure it out.
So automatically, I like the reduction in gain in the initial when I move the pedal backwards. Moving it forwards, I have that initial boost when the whole band comes in. The synth, I can probably flirt and just really push that POG a little more, or POG synth, that I'm reaching for, and that is how you can come pretty damn close with getting the sounds that you want with using the FireHawks. Obviously, I can, the more I use this type of setting, I can manipulate it and craft it a little bit more. The more I hear different songs that are using pogs, I'll probably manipulate this more. But without having an actual HMX pog, here you go. That is our setting.